Hello awesome people, what is going on? It is BradPhusion here and welcome back to more Space Engineers Ascension. So in the last episode we did explore a little more. We didn't really come across anything too interesting. However, due to the request in the comments on the last video, I've now installed a mod that should make things a little bit easier on myself. So the mod is actually a scanning deep exploration type mod that will allow me to type scan in the chat and will scan the surrounding area for any ships or stations that may be within radius of the scanning tool. Now I can use this right now to give you guys an example of how this actually works. So if I sit inside a seat of any station that has an antenna and I type in the scan command, it will give me a result. So right now it is saying that there is something that is over 24,000 meters away. Its elevation is negative 26 degrees, which is downwards from my current heading, and the azimuth is a negative 125. So to explain that in context, the range is obviously, well, quite obvious. The elevation is more so the pitch of the ship from where I currently am, and the azimuth is left or right in terms of degrees. So that would be a roundabout. Say this is basically directly in front of me would be 0 azimuth and 0 elevation, obviously. The elevation was -9, so it was about downwards like such, and 125 in negative of azimuth would be around about over there-ish. About 200 and... sorry, what was it? 25... I'll have to scan that again, actually. I can't remember the range of it. 24,000 meters in that general direction. There is actually something over there. I am very tempted to find this out. Now, it is easy to kind of narrow in exactly where it is by simply rotating my ship and proceeding to scan again. Now, I have turned off the ability to scan junk, which is just floating stuff in space, and I'll show you guys exactly that in a second when I get out of my seat here and go back to parameters. So back over in parameters, if I sit down in this seat here and initiate a scan as well, you will see that it says there's one thing here which is about 12,000 meters away, and it's ignoring 14 mass objects, which is basically, it came up as junk. So I basically just unticked them. That could be scraps of metal, it could be broken ships. I don't think broken ships come up as that, but it could be mostly ore and everything like that. There is one thing here. I thought that was initially the station, the Somnus station near us, but that does have the wrong degrees and azimuth, so I don't think that is the same thing. It might be something else nearby as well. But anyway, we're a bit too far away to go check that out. Maybe we could take Kino over there, but I won't be doing that right now. Anyway, let's head back towards my ship now, and let's resume exploring. I actually really want to see what this thing is that is apparently behind us. So let me rotate my ship just ever so slightly to be in the general heading, or at least what I believe is the general heading of this station, or whatever it is that is down around here. So let me turn my HUD on a little bit so we can see a little bit easier. And I believe it was around about here-ish. Let me scan again and see if it comes up as anything. So the azimuth is actually almost exactly precise, and the elevation is almost exact as well. Very lucky on my part to almost guess right down to within 5 degrees of where this thing is facing. So, and that's without crosshair as well, so I think my alignment skills aren't exactly too bad. Let's thrust onwards and just see what this thing is. It could be a station that could attack us, it could be friendly, it could be anything. As far as I know, it is not the Somnus and it is not Prometheus, because we have flown out of their range. I think we're about 50,000 meters away from them, so they should not show up at all. So this thing we should be coming up on very soon, at least probably within the next few minutes or so. So I will fast forward till we get to that, and then we might resume exploring if it turns out to be nothing of any value. Anyway, we are reaching a decent speed here, so I don't want to go too fast. Let me initiate another scan here to see if it will come up again. So again, we are starting to go slightly off course, not exactly too much of variation there, but I would expect that as we are flying closer, the variables in the degrees do get a lot higher. But we are, again, approaching this thing at decent speeds. I can't see it yet, at least I don't think I would be able to see it just yet. We'll do a few more scans as we get closer. Doesn't really send my power thing through the roof. I actually would have liked if this mod here had, I don't know, for some weird reason, I would like it if it affected my power usage, sending the power through the roof just to initiate such a wide scan of an area. But anyway, moving on from that, we'll slow down once we get within about 5 k's of this object here, and that is 5 kilometers for anyone who doesn't know. I don't know who would know what kilometers are. I don't know why I said that. Oops, we are getting awfully close. The elevation is just a little off, but we will slow down now, or at least begin our slowing. I think it might be directly in front of us. I think that is exactly what that is, right in front of us, right there. We are, however, coming in at a bit of an angle. A little bit too fast here. I think we might actually have to push away so we remain safe. Just so we don't come within its range, or within its grasp. The thruster here should slow me down, not so much adequately, but it should slow me down reasonably well. We are going to be drifting quite a bit as well. Now, it should be directly behind us, I believe. Maybe over by that rock there, or the one just behind it. Anyway, we are again slowing down. Let me just quickly turn around once more. Kara is holding on very nicely. And I believe it is directly in front of us, just over there. Again, I could be wrong. I could be off by a lot, but we might as well scan again to see if there is anything there. So, our elevation is off, and our degrees is off again by both 12 degrees in either direction. So, by my ship, that should be a little red thing up there. Is it a teeny thing? I didn't realize if it said it was teeny or not. It does say it's large stationary, and it's about 2.7 k's directly in front of us. Well, I think we should use Kara, and we should go check that out. Now, our range on the station is around about, if I check the antenna here, it should be one of these antennas. Here we go. We have 50k on that, and we should have a bit on Kara here, at least enough to receive a signal. I can't actually remember what Kara's range is. Around about 5k, so we should have enough range basically to see exactly what it is that is directly in front of us. Hopefully things shouldn't go too badly. So just one more quick scan to make sure it is directly in front of us basically, and it is a large station. I'm surprised I can't see it. So Kara, do you want to do the honors of going and exploring for us to see what exactly this is? So Kara, release. Let's fly outwards. This is our first time looking for anything new. Well, not really looking for anything new, but looking for anything via a scanner. I don't know if Kara can initiate the scan herself, but it would be kind of interesting to see. So, it should be within our sights awfully soon, unless it is invisible, which does happen sometimes. I'm thinking it's that thing that's right there, but I could be mistaken. It does say, again, it is something large, so I don't want to overjudge what I'm looking at here. Is that it? That looks more like an asteroid, but it could be a base on an asteroid, so I don't want to overjudge yet again, and just completely ignore what could be a possible base hidden away here or not here. It doesn't appear to be a base, it just is another asteroid. So the other closest thing to us is what exactly? Can we actually initiate a scan from Kara, I wonder? So I'm just going to type in scan again. And it does tell us exactly where this thing is. So 700 meters, elevation is downwards, azimuth is -20. So again, around there. Now I will be scanning more and more often just to make sure that the game isn't bugged out in any weird way. Elevation is 10, azimuth is 9. So I'm guessing here-ish. That's about as close as you're going to get. I'm surprised I don't see this, being only 700 meters away. I don't want to go too fast either, because I don't want to crash into something that could potentially destroy Kara, being the fact that I just can't see it in space. I am yet again going reasonably fast. I think I see something. That is... I don't know what this is. It is stationary, but it could be hostile. It is very hard to tell, actually. It appears to be a small ship. We have just come across a turned off small ship in space. Now, does this thing have any bombs on it? I don't know. This is cool though. At first, I think this is made by someone as well, like someone other than the staff members of Keen. This is kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna leave Kara here, and I'm actually gonna come over and pick this up. So if I leave Kara here, we will at least have a signal source to go by. So there we go. Let's thrust up and let's have a look at this a little bit more closely. Now, obviously, I can't necessarily get into this myself. Well, unless we park the Phoenix right beside it. I don't exactly know what we can do with it other than maybe salvaging it. Because I could fly it back home and then teleport back through. But then, if I do that, that's going to... I'm going to be lost because I have no way exactly where home is. I have no idea in which direction to head in. I probably should have extended the range somehow, maybe put up a few antennas here and there so I would know exactly where home is. But I never expected to come across something like this, so this is really kind of awesome. I love the fact that you guys have suggested a scanning mod, so thank you guys so much for doing that as well. I do want to quickly come down to a slight halt here. These thrusters do make things a little bit harder to do, sometimes just because I'm drifting around a lot. But that isn't the fault so much of the thrusters, but more so of my thrust management, I guess I would call it. Too much thrust at the back and nothing else anywhere else. But then again, we did simply build this thing to go in a straight line, so in that regard I haven't done anything too bad. But again, coming up rather close here, it's very hard to see it. But I don't think we're doing too bad of a job. Kara can easily, again, just come down onto the landing pad and we'll be fine with that. And actually, since we are so close, I will do that to get Kara out of the road. Now, what I will do, if this thing does have power, I will consider just getting into it myself and actually flying it. I don't think it has to have a landing gear, so I can dock it on the ship in some way. And hell, I could actually use it, for primarily anyway, to do further scouting. That way I don't actually have to risk Kara, because Kara is great at mining, amongst other things as well. So what I will do is I'll actually stick Kara up here. Now, this might be a little inconvenient for some people, wondering why exactly I'm sticking it so far back here. But as long as she's stuck to the ship in some way where it's not affecting the thrusters, I think we can put up with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rotate the ship in such a way where I can then access the cockpit of this other ship. And that way I can get inside it, see if it has any ammo, or not ammo, sorry, see if it has any power, and ammo, I guess. Anything of worth, really. So just want to make it safe for me to get on and off. Now, I don't want the thrusters to really interact with it either, because that would be a bad day for everyone. Now, again, I have to fly pretty precisely here. I think this is safe not to be directly above the landing pad. Let's get out and let's have a look here and see the very first ship we have found in this series. So let me get in and see exactly what this has. Now, obviously, I could go about it doing other ways, but actually, you know what I could do? I could use a GPS system. That could actually work for me to get back home. Anyway, this is the SA-23 Blue 1, and inside of its inventory it has ammunition, it has rockets, and it has uranium. We are all good to go, Captain. Now, I don't know if it has any bombs. No warheads. Not that I know of. No warheads, so we are good in that regard. Let's turn this thing on. And there we go. We now have our very first scouting ship. This is cool. Whoever created this, thank you so much. I am still thinking about putting ships or creations made by you guys into this world. So if you guys do have any ships you guys would like to submit for this series, feel free to do so, and I will put them into this world. This obviously isn't a mod of any sort. This isn't submitted by you guys, at least not in the form of being submitted for this series. It was submitted to Keen as one of the creation ships to be used. But anyway, we're locked in, and I think we're good to go. This thing will last 7 days. Now, my issue is getting out of this thing. I do feel that maybe I might have to park it on an odd angle. I'm thinking, just so I can be safe here. Actually, I will do that. I will park it on a bit of an odd angle, just so I can make sure I can get in and out of this thing safely, without too much consequence, basically. Okay, dampeners off. Let's get out, and we got out on the roof. That is better than nothing. And I think we're good to go now. Sweet. So that ship, I should probably claim it, being the fact that it is owned by nobody. Let's claim this so it doesn't come up on the scanner, and there we go. We now have the SA-23 Blue 1? Yes, SA-23 Blue 1. Awesome. Welcome to the party pack. I say party pack all the time because I'm used to streaming and saying that. Anyway, we're now here. We're now good to go. I wonder if anything else is going to show up on the scanners. I doubt it. Nothing shows up. So, let's continue our adventure into deep space. And actually, before we do that, I do want to test out that thing I was talking about, and that is going through the Stargate using the new GPS system that the game has actually added for us. So here we are, back home again. We'll turn the HUD on, and what we'll do is we'll go to our inventory, go to the GPS, and what I'll do is I'll go new from current position, and I guess I can name it if I so desired, but let's just go with Primetus Porter. Let's just go with Primetus, actually. Primetus, and then we'll go. The description will be like home base or something. Home base. Okay, there we are. It is saved. And we should be able to see it's on the HUD at some point. Oh, right there, actually. Let's go back through the gate and see if we still see it. I don't know how long these last for, by the way. Primetus! Damn, we have flown so far away already. And again, like I was just about to say, I don't know how long these last for. I did hear about them having a decay, though I could be mistaken by actually saying that. Anyway, we do have this here now. We can probably mark out the Somnus if we so desired, but I don't really want to clutter my HUD, as I think Primetus is good enough for the most part anyway. So, I could fly that thing back home, but I want to keep it on me, like I said before, for scouting primarily. Let me turn off its light here, and we'll continue our adventure onwards, and see if we pick up anything of interest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly directly away from Primetus, as I have been doing in the past, to get the most out of the exploration here, and just to get further and further away from home. This has turned out a rather well episode already. With the scanning mod we found one ship. Actually, we probably found several of them, but the ones near Primetus we haven't exactly bothered to go for yet. So, Primetus is almost directly behind us. Great start to today's episode. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it thus far. Thank you guys yet again for recommending the mod, and let's start exploring, shall we? Okay, we do have something. A lot of things, actually. 6 objects in total. 4 large ones and 1 huge one, actually. Should we go investigate the huge one? I think we shall. So these are stationary. I don't know if they actually mean specifically a station. I know that just means that they're not moving. So we will go... I wonder if the military escort will actually show up on the scan. Doesn't appear to be likely, though maybe it is. So the stationary huge is 19k. See, these two are actually very close proximity to each other. So maybe these are part of something, maybe a structure with a ship aboard, maybe, but that's large and huge. Maybe it's just split into 2 parts. I have no idea. That's very intriguing. So we will have to go investigate them. So they are elevation -5, azimuth -44. So -5 and -44 of sorts. Let's just double check our coordinates, or double check our angles here. Azimuth is still -20, so we were a little bit off. I was just underjudging that a little bit there. And that is -7. Okay, -2 and -1. And there we go. That is about the closest we're going to get it to. So we will fly forth just a little bit here, just to see exactly what this is. If it is nothing, then, well, we'll ignore it. But we will send in the scout ship, actually, just to see exactly what that is. But the issue with sending in the scout ship is the fact that it doesn't actually have a remote control, at least not that I know of, so we might have to add one in the future just to make it a little bit safer for me to go and explore such structures as this one without having to risk my life, because that is kind of why I've been using the RC unit so much, is that it's risk-free mostly for me. The only thing I would lose will be a small ship, so maybe I'll have to build a very specific scouting ship just for the purpose of flying out, checking what's out there, and then if I lose it, it's not going to be very resource intensive on me, I guess. Maybe something as small as Kino, maybe something even smaller than Kino. I mean, Kino in Stargate Universe was actually used mostly as exploration. So how close are we getting right now? We are getting 14Ks. I don't want to go too fast so we can decelerate at a decent rate anyway. So once we get within 5Ks yet again, we'll start decelerating, we'll have a look at, see what exactly it is, and then I might end today's episode finding not only one small ship, but potentially a station of some kind, or two stations side by side. I am very much intrigued. I really want to see what exactly this is. And I'm so glad I listened to installing this scanning mod. Maybe it's a little bit too easy, maybe I shouldn't use it so often. I just wanted to see what exactly is out there in this universe, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on doing in this series. So we're about 11Ks away now. I'm going to fast forward till we come to around about 5Ks, and then we're going to go check that out with the scout ship. But here we go. This is I don't know. It's a small ship. It actually looks really, really cool. It kind of reminds me of the Millennium Falcon in some way. I really want to take this with me. I don't know who made this, and I don't even know what it's called, but I really want to take it with me. So I'm going to fly back to the Phoenix. I'm going to bring the Phoenix over here, and I want to just check the ship out for myself, just see exactly what this thing is, because again, it does look really, really cool. I do like seeing whatever those are flashing up there. They kind of remind me of just some like weird Stargate symbols flashing on the screen. I know it's not that, but it's kind of cool that it's there nonetheless. Let's begin dampening down or slowing down. And here we are on top of the other ship. Battery is fully recharged. Just see exactly how this thing flies, if it flies at all. So, what does this thing have? It has a few blank named antennas by the seams. I don't know what this is. It is a piston of some sort. It has blast doors, so that's kind of cool. A ton of button panels and everything as well. Really would like to take this home so I can investigate it a little bit further. Maybe I'll put a... It does have a few things on it. It's kind of cool. I really want to have a look at this. It does have a few functions. And what was its inventory anyway? It definitely has some power and everything. So let's go third person here and let's actually have a look at this. So we're going to power this thing on. Like so. Let's fly away from the Phoenix just ever so slightly here. just so we can see exactly what this thing's function is. I believe it's whatever's on the back here. So I'm going to slow down again. We are far away enough. Let's have a look at what this thing is. By the way, what is the ship's name? I didn't even get to really see that. It is the Cookie... I was going to say Coochie Monster. It's a Cookie Monster hull. Okay, sure. Cookie Monster hull. What do you do? Oh, okay. Weapons on the fronts. That's kind of cool. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I was actually thinking it was something to do with the back there. But, okay. I'm cool with that. Weapons on the side that go in and out. Hopefully they didn't just blow themselves up. They seem to be fine. Okay, so that was the grouping called the blast doors, I believe. Let me just quickly see. No, that was not the blast doors one. That was... I can't even say that. I'm just going to say Loki because it's close enough. Minus the T. So what is this one here? This must control something else entirely. Let's quickly see. So that's the other pistons, and this one here is the first two? The first three. Okay, so that must mean there's a piston here. Oh, sorry, this blast doors one must do something completely different. Let's see what this does. Ooh. Oh, that is cool. It's a dropship of sorts. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. This is a dropship. That's kind of cool. I really want to have a look inside of that. Can I have a look inside of that? I should be able to have a look inside of that. Let's have a look inside of that before ending today's episode. I'll save it here. That way we can decide this this fate afterwards. So just going to go up just slightly so I can actually jump off of this thing safely. And then we'll lower the Phoenix down just so we can get inside of it. So here we go. Let's have a look inside. Okay. Oh, this is cool. I really like this. This is actually really, really nice. I like this ship. Again, whoever made this, you're pretty awesome. Anyway, I'll leave this here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was a lot of fun actually being able to find a whole bunch of different ships and so on. Just so we can investigate. I might not take every ship I come across, but it is nice that I now have the opportunity to see these other ships and to acquire them if I want to or if I desire to. This ship... Oh, almost bumped the that ship. I might not take this one, but I might consider taking the other ship that is just up above us right now. The one that can actually weld and grind. I feel that might be helpful back at base. Just a little bit more than Kara is. That way I can maybe convert Kara over to being a complete miner. That way we can... Oh, then again, I don't think I need her to be a complete miner. I think she can do little repairs here and there. This ship here can go straight back to home, and that way we can use that to expand our home and stuff. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Stay awesome, everyone.